Hi everyone. This is our second meet regarding 365 days of the continuous data science learning. And yes, yesterday we discussed about the introduction to Python, basically who developed it and basically what all features were there and whom should learn this, whom shouldn't, and basically if you wanna learn it, then how much time you need to dedicate it. And basically all those things कि इतने दिन तक you have to be consistent and learning it's all about being consistent. So okay, so let's start with the things. And yes, today we're gonna discuss about the various data types, the way water variables and all those things. So first of all, like what you guys have to do is just open the mind map, open your Google Chrome window, and just simply search here like Python mind map. So I want you guys to just I will ask few questions and I want you to reply over the chat. So the first question is, who developed Python? In which year Python was developed? In which year Python came into existence? And upon the person who developed it, he was inspired by which show? So these are all are the questions, and you guys have to just comment it on the comment section, right? And now let's discuss about the mind maps. Mind maps, again, I told you what are mind maps. Mind maps is the pictorial representation of your data. But anyone, if you will offer him a Google Sheets or a Google Doc with 100 lines of code, thousands lines of data, thousands rows of data, 500 columns of data, he can't be able to understand. In fact, no one will be able to understand by just simply looking at those Excel sheet. So what we do, we prefer mind map for such things. Okay. So here are the different types of operations we gonna and different type of so functions related to Python programming is like first is the introduction part. The simply you have to do just double click it, and when you double click it, it will redirect you to different features and different subparts of this. And if you want to hide these subparts, just again put a double click it. Okay. So let's let's recall what we discussed yesterday was like Python was developed by Guido van Rossum, a Dutch programmer. Python was first developed in 1989, then it comes into first existence in 1991, and the author, programmer was inspired by a show called Monte Flying Circus, right? And also we discussed about the various applications regarding that. That with Python, what all applications we can build is. So first is data analysis application, machine learning, artificial intelligence. So these all things you can just go through this mind map. And yes, I would suggest that yes, every day you have to just read it 3 to 4 times a day. And if you read 3 to 4 times a day, you will be able to recall all those things. And yes, it will help you guys a much better way. And the most important thing which you guys have to keep it in mind is just keep making the running notes, because the running notes, it not only help to memorize the things faster, but yes, it also helps to recall the things whenever you are preparing for some interview or you are going through some exams. Means like when you are in a habit of making notes, then obviously somewhere or the other it's gonna help you, right? So the second most thing which we discussed yesterday was integrated development I environment, which is ID, and we discussed about Anaconda, cloud-based IDs. So basically, now what we will do, we will run a code on Anaconda itself. So I have my Anaconda installed here, just and in Anaconda you can see various IDs are there. You can see PyCharm, uh, you can see Spider is there, VS Code is there. So a Jupyter notebook is there. So what we will do, we will discuss our things, the whatever programs we are going to do, whatever operations which we are going to do regarding Python, we are going to discuss over Spider. Again, why to choose Spider? Because it's beginner friendly and someone who is at a beginner level, it will help you guys because there are various functions of Spider, and there are various features as well which makes it more user friendly. uh, yes, and again I am not telling that PyCharm is not good, VS Code is not good. No, these are also a good idea, but yes, someone who is a beginner, he should prefer Spider. Okay, so I have my Spider ID already opened here. So today we're gonna discuss about the various uh, operations, various objects which we gonna use in Python programming language, right? So the first, what we're gonna discuss is variables. Like, what do you mean by variables, right? So variables is a container in the sense, for example, in your house, for storing water, you need a water bottle, right? So that water bottle is particularly a container which holds water inbuilt. So in simple and easy way, what variables is? Variables is a container which allows us to hold different type of things. Again, in the water bottle, you can't hold sugar, you can't hold salt, you obviously you can't hold pickle. Similarly, in a container of pickle, you won't store a jam, right? So basically, certain containers are there for holding certain household items, right? So in Python as well, there are certain containers which allows us to hold certain things. And what all things you have to keep it in mind while declaring a variable is, the first thing you have to keep it in mind that the variables in Python, it doesn't start with a number. I hope you guys are making the running notes, right? So you might not miss any of the points. So in Python, we can't define any variable with number. See, for example, uh, I'm writing like this: 3 is equal to 4. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm storing 4 in 3. Okay. So now let's run it. See, you can see a syntax error displayed here. And what basically this syntax error is, like, I cannot assign this. Like, obviously 3 can't be equal to 4, right? So numbers can't be a variable. That is first point. What is the second point? Variables cannot start with a number. Like for example, 3 is already written there. For example, I will write my name. My name is Avinash. Okay. So 3 Avinash is equal to 4. Okay. So now I will run. You can see syntax error, it's already being displayed here, and the arrow, it's redirecting to 3. That means variables cannot start with a number. You can add a number after it, like this. If now I will run it, then you can see that here it is declared and Avinash is equal to 3, and that is in container Avinash 3, number 4 is stored there, right? So we have discussed about the first 2 points. First point is variable can't be a number. Variable cannot start with a number. So these 2 points are there. And again, the third point related to is like it doesn't contain any spaces in between. It's like I can show you a live example here. Like if I will run it, then you can see a error being displayed here is again it's about syntax error. Like, oh, we can't it variables doesn't contain spaces in between. And apart from spaces, it doesn't contain any special character as well. Like instead of three, if I will put at the rate, then you can see again it's a invalid syntax. So variables doesn't contain special characters, whether it's at in front, in between, in last, anywhere. Variables can't contain special character, right? So what all four things we discussed till now about variables is first is variable shouldn't start with a number. Second is uh, invariable we it doesn't contain any spaces. Third is variables it can't contain any special characters. The fourth is if we are writing the variable in alphanumeric, then the variable shouldn't start with a number. Means like uh, it can contain a number after the alphabets, but previously it can't contain it, right? So these are were the 4 points. And again, one question arises here. Okay, like if we want to add numbers in our variables, then how should we add it, right? So it's just a simple thing. You just have to add a hyphen here. And if now I will declare it, then you can see ki Avinash 3 is equal to 4, right? So if you want to attach number with alphabets, then you can simply apply with uh, underscore, right? And there is one more question that can we apply underscore with special characters as well? So let's try it. See, again, you special characters can't be contained inside a variable, whether it's regarding to hyphen, whether it's regarding to underscore or anything. Special characters can't be there. So these 4 points we have discussed till now. The last and the most important point is variables can't contain, means like you can't rename a variable with keywords and reserve words. And again, most of you guys know about what are keywords and reserve words, but some of you obviously you don't, right? So what are keywords and reserve words? So keywords and reserve words is something which is being already used in Python, right? For example, you are in school, right? So for a tag of principal, some principal is always there, right? So someone he can't be a principal again, right? Uh, in home as well, if you would go, there is a water tanker at your rooftop, right? You can't store oil there. Obviously, you can't store oil because it's already being defined that these all things have to contain something which is uh, being not defined by you, but yes, it's defined by some community or some peoples which have been used earlier. Similarly, in Python, there are certain words, there are certain reserved words, keywords, which can't be used by Python. Means like which can't be used again under variables, right? So these are well the 5 points. I will repeat what are the 5 points. First point is variable. We can't assign number to a variable. First, variable doesn't start with a number. We can add a number in between the alphabets, or if you want to add a number at the end of the alphabets, we can add it using an underscore. Third point is variable doesn't contain any special characters. Right. Fourth point is variable doesn't contain any spaces in between. Fifth point is variable can't be a reserve word or it can't be a keyword. Right. So I hope you guys have understood what are the certain rules regarding variables. Right. Okay. So there are certain variables, there are certain uh, was being used here. So as you can see it, ki, like it's being already described here, means like you can just pause your screen, you can pause your video, and you can just correlate with it. Ki, a variable, variables can be alphanumeric, but it start with a alphabet. Identifiers can be combinations, and don't get confused with identifiers. Identifiers means variables. No special characters included, spaces, keywords, and reserve words. Again, we can't use it in variable. And if you want to say, okay, what all are the keywords present in Python, right? So you can import a module called keyword, and by just simply writing this query, uh, all the keywords will be displayed here, right? So you can see here, like these are the various keywords: false, none, true, and as, assert, async, global, if, lambda, local, raise, return, while, with, ill. So basically these are all are the keywords which is used in Python. And if you wanna write these things, you can just simply write it. Don't write the keywords, it will just take your time. Just write this query of it, how you can look into the keywords for it. Okay. And again, here you can see variable declaration. While declaring a variable, what all things you should keep it in mind. Variable shouldn't start with a variable name should start with a letter. It should contain only alphanumeric. It should not contain symbols except hyphen, sorry, underscore. Should not start with a number. Should not have space in between. Should not use any of these symbols. Again, this is a special characters. Should not contain predefined keywords, again, which is a reserved word, which is being displayed on the right side of your screen. uh, Now just let's discuss about what how we can declare a variable and how we can assign values to a variable. Okay, so for example, uh, I am declaring a variable named car. Okay, so in car I have assigned a value 10. Okay, so if I will print a car, then you can see. Okay, sorry, I haven't done it here. Okay, now it will be displayed on the right side here. So you can see the value is being displayed at 10. And yes, if you want to talk about it, like what type of data is there, or what data type it is, so you can simply write it like this: print car, and here you can write like you can see class int. Int means integer. I hope you guys know about integer. If you don't know, then I will just explain. Integers is something which contains the values from minus infinity till plus infinity, right? So these are integers. You can, and 10 obviously is a integer, right? Here you can see how the things which I have explained earlier in the for you can see that variables that doesn't contain spaces. If I run it, it will show a syntax error, right? So uh, these all rules were there regarding variables. and how we can assign values to variables, what are the limitations, what are the uh, points which you guys should keep it in mind while declaring a variable. Now, the second part is, now let's move into the operators. Okay. So, what is operators? It's like, if I want to ask you guys, in a simple English term, what you guys can recall about this word operator? I want you guys to comment it in the comment section. Okay. So this is the homework for you guys. What do you mean by operators? Just write it in your own simple ways. So as if for now, I will explain it. What operators is? Operator means like, have you heard about car operator, AC operator? Okay. Uh, Electronics operator, gadgets operator. We operate it, right? So operator means something uh, which allows us to perform certain tasks. It's like he or she is mastered of it, right? If what you wanna do is you have to your AC had been worn down, right? And if you have to renovate your AC, right? So what you do, you won't call a civil engineer for that because he's used to make houses, he's used to make buildings, he used to make all those stuffs, right? He can't just come and prepare an AC for you. Similarly, if some electrical appliances have been went through regarding its fridge, fan, or anything, obviously we'll call some mechanic, right? For example, if your car, your motorcycle had been went down, so you visit a mechanic, right? You don't visit a doctor. So what doctor operates the body, mechanic operates the car, and electricians operates electrical devices. So there are certain people designated there to operate certain things. So in Python, operators are also certain things which is being designated. Like with these particular kind of operators, you can perform this particular task. So let's discuss about what are the certain operators here. So we will discuss it one by one. So first, uh, there are seven different operators in Python. First is arithmetic operators. Second is comparison or relational operators. Then is assignment operators, logical operator, membership operator, identity operator, and again bitwise operator. Right. So first is arithmetic operators. So I think you guys know about what do you mean by arithmetic. Arithmetic calculations. You must have heard somewhere or the other in your school days when you were studying mathematics, right? So arithmetic calculations means obviously multiplication, division. You must have recalled about the BODMAS rule, right? Of multiply, divide, minus, add, subtract. So basically, these all things are there in arithmetic operator. Now, what we will do, we will just go through this one by one, right? So, for example, in variable A, I have assigned a value 10, and in variable B, I have assigned a value 20. And if I wanna perform certain operation, for example, if I wanna add these two, so that's in simple in English language, we have to write it A plus B. So when I will do A plus B, you can see, sorry, this 7 will define here. Yep. So this is A plus B, 30. You can see 10 plus 20, 30, right? So you can see just how simple the Python language is, right? In simple English language itself, you can perform the code, perform the task, right? So the first program for you guys will be find the sum of two variables. And again, for similarly with subtraction, you can do a minus b. It will certainly come in some negative values, which is again, you can see it's minus 10. So you can get it. And now it's came for multiplication. In multiplication, again, 10 into 20, it's somewhere around 200. So you can say it's 200, right? And now it comes to division. So with simple divide, you can divide these two values. A divided by b, 10 divided by 20, it's 1 by 2, that is 0.5. So A divided by 0.5. So you can see how simple the code is, how simple the syntax is. Like there is no rocket science in it. This is what's the beauty of Python, that it's so easy to learn, so easy to write. And again, this is the important thing which you have to keep it in mind, that what is a double slash b, right? So this is a flow division. Okay. So for example, if you are dividing something, so for division, there are, you will get three things, right? You first is remainder, second is quotient, and another thing is divisor and dividend, right? So divisor is something which you are dividing with. Dividend is what which is being divided. For example, if you will divide a divided by 10, right? So in between 10 will come and a will be dividend, b will be divisor, right? And what is remainder? Remainder is zero because it's being divided, right? And the quotient again its term is 0.6. So basically, what does a double slash b gives? It always gives you a quotient table. Just keep writing these things. This is the concept. No one gonna teach you that what a double slash b gives you, right? So it gives the quotient value of it, right? And again, the modulus. What is modulus? Modulus gives you remainder, right? So now let's discuss about the three important thing is whenever you are dividing something, right? So if you want the answer for that divide, right? If you want a answer, so for answer, you will go through this normal division. Obviously, 20 divided by 10, it's 2, right? So you will get a 2. And if you will do 20 divided by 10, then it's gonna be interesting. So let's do it. It's 2 again. What I told, it will give you a quotient. See, prints the integer quotient. And a divided by b, it gives you the results. And what is modulus? Modulus always gives you remainder. So b divided by a, it's 20 divided by 10. 20 divided by 10, what will be the remainder? I want you guys to comment on the comment section. So basically the remainder will be 0. Why? Because 20 is completely divisible or divisible by 10. So definitely you will not get any remainder. The remainder will be 0. So you can see here. Sorry, my bad. You can see the remainder is 0 for a modulus b. So you have to keep it in you have to keep it in mind three things whenever if you are being asked to divide the certain number with certain things. you should follow the normal division in mathematics. If you want to get the quotient value, you should use double slash. If you want the percentage, sorry, if you want the remainder, then use the percentage sign. Basically, we call it modulus, and in short form, we call it D mod A. Okay. So now move forward to the exponential. Exponential means a to the power 3. It's like a square, a to the power 3, a to the power 4, a to the power 5, a to the power 6, a to the power 7. So basically, exponential again, the syntax which you have to keep it in mind that for normal divis multiplication, we were using single asterisk. For exponential, we will be using double asterisk, right? So these all things come under arithmetic operators, right? Uh, if you have any doubts, anything, you just comment it on the comment section. I'll surely help you guys. Okay. Now let's move on to comparison operator, relational operator. Again, one question for you guys is what do you understand by comparison operator? What you guys understand with a relational operator? Don't think in a Python way. I'm not asking you a Python question. I'm just asking you a simple English term, which is comparison, which is the relational. It's a simple English word. You can look over the dictionary, you can look over anything. What do you mean by comparison? Obviously, by the word itself, you can relocate yourself that comparison means comparing the things. Like you might have heard that your mom had been comparing with you, Sarma ji ka beta, right? That Sharma ji ka beta is doing these many things. He have scored so much in IIT, JEE, and what you guys are doing. Sharma ji ki beti has cleared UPSC, and you are just working in an IT field. Sharma ji ka beti had landed a government job. Tiwari ji ka beta had went abroad, and you are just sitting in your hometown, right? So you might be heard being a typical Indian family. Every day or the other, you might listen the things you being compared by others. So basically here comparison means we are comparing the things. So in Python as well, as I told, Python understands, it writes, it's simple English language, it's so easy. So here also comparison means comparing the things. Here comparing the variables, right? So we will discuss about that. So you can see print A equal to B. Equal to B means is A equal to B? For example, uh, assume in your class, right? You are a topper. You are a topper of section A, and someone is a topper of section B, right? So you might heard your teacher telling, "Ki, okay, Akash is equal to Rohit. Rohit is a topper of section A, and Akash is a topper of section B." You might have heard, "Ki, okay, these two are the toppers and they are good." So what we are doing, we are comparing. Okay, are they equal or not? They conduct an exam. In exam as well, they score good marks. So on the basis of that exam, they are comparing these two things, right? Oh, sorry, these two people. So comparison means we are comparing. Is A print A equal to B? And again, whenever you are using comparison operator, it will gives you a Boolean value. Boolean value means true or false. Okay. For example, if I would ask you that just assume two brilliant people in your section or in your class or in your office, that if I will ask, is he is equal to she? What you will say? You will obviously say me yes and no. Obviously, there is two answers. Either he is equal or he is not equal. True or false. There is no any third option for that. There is no any third answer for that, right? So whenever you gonna execute these things, you will see that yeah, obviously it's false. So A is equal to B? No, false. You can see how A is not equal to B. A was 10 and B was 20. So A is not equal to B. And for that reason, it has given the output false. One thing you have to keep it in mind, what is this exclamation mark and equal to? Exclamation mark and equal to is not equal to. Okay. So if I'll ask you, is Akash equal to Aman? Some will say yes, some will say no, right? So for someone who is saying no, for that person, what I will ask him, is Akash not equal to Aman? Then obviously his answer will change. He will say yes, he's not equal to, right? So here this symbol means not equal to. I hope you guys are making the running notes, or you might forget these stuffs. So just keep making it. Why I'm reminding it again and again? To just make you a habit of it. That yes, nothing, you guys cannot miss anything, because basics is important. Whenever you are building a home, whenever you are building a house, the ground floor, the base is important. If the base is not that much strong, certainly that building will fall, right? So these are the basics. You guys have to keep it in mind. So this was to check whether you are equal to certain person or not, whether this variable is equal to certain variable is not, right? And this is to check whether it is not equal to. And again, here you can see this is a greater than sign, this is a less than sign, a less than b, a greater than b. Obviously, you guys have studied this in your class 6 and 7. Everyone being a non-IT, being an IT, you might have studied this in your class 3, 4. What is equal to sign, what is greater than, what is less than equal to sign. Everyone studied this type of mathematics in schools, right? So these are the greater than equal to sign. And again, the third part is greater than equal. Greater than equal to means, if I will ask that one uh, glass of water is there, right? And it contains 200 ml of liter, 200 ml of water, and there is a bottle here which contains 1 liter of water, right? And if I will ask you, is this bottle, is this water greater than equal to this glass? Obviously, you will say yes. Why? Because it's greater. One condition satisfied. If it is equal also, then that condition is also being satisfied, right? What here means, like you can see, is A which was 10 and B which was 20. So I will ask you, is A greater than equal to B? Then obviously your answer will be no. And you will answer it in Boolean, that is yes and no, true and false. So if I will execute this code, you can see it's false, because A is not greater than B, right? And now similarly, this is a vice versa thing. Is A less than equal to B? Then obviously yes, 10 is obviously less than equal to 20. So the values will be true. So you can see here, what I told in initially about comparison means you are comparing two persons. You're comparing two variables. First comparison is either they are equal. Second is either they are not equal. Third is either they are greater, either they are smaller. Either they are greater or equal, either they are smaller or equal. right? So these all six things are there in comparison operator. So I hope you guys are writing those things. Okay. Now we will move on to the assignment operator. What do you mean by assignment? Obviously, you have to comment in the comment section. You guys just don't look at my face. Just start typing it and comment in your comment section. So by the word itself, assignment, you might have heard about some college assignments. The teacher gives you some assignment, right? So what the assignment is, that this particular thing is being assigned to you. None other than you would solve this. Again, you guys, as a college students, no one writes your assignment because me myself haven't written any assignments. My friends have written it. But at the end, when you are submitting the assignments, that particular bunch of papers, pair of papers, is belong to you. Whenever teacher is turning the pages, it's your name written there. Whether you have written it, your sister have written it, your girlfriend has written it, your boyfriend has written it, anyone has written it, your friend has written it. Someone had written it, but that particular thing was being assigned to you. So that means that particular thing belongs to you, right? So that means assignment, assigning the things to you. For example, you are in a class and teachers assigns a role of a monitor to someone. So that particular person, that particular child is a monitor of that class, right? No one can stand up and say, okay, I am the monitor. No, obviously in corporates, a particular member is being assigned as a TL team lead. A particular member is being assigned as a manager. If you go in a college, a particular member is being assigned as, or you can say, HOD. Someone is assigned as a physics teacher, mathematics teacher, computer science teacher, right? That particular thing is being designated to that person. So that means assignment. So here you can see in C, we are assigning the values of A plus B. That means C holds the sum of A plus B, right? A plus B means, again, A was 10, B was 20. So C will store the value of, just comment in the comment section. It's obviously 30, right? If I'll run it, then you guys can easily see it. The value becomes 30 here, right? Okay. So we are assigning the values of sum of A plus B to C. Here C plus equal to B here means is, it can be read as C is equal to C plus B. What? C is equal to C plus B. Okay. So initially the value of C was, you can see it's 30, right? And B was 20. So again, we will be storing the values in C. It's 30 plus 20. And the output will be 60. Sorry, my bad, 50. See, you can see 50. Similarly, for multiply equal to is same as C is equal to C into B. Same applies with division, same applies with modulus, same applies with power symbol, same applies with the flow division. Okay. So what all things you guys have understood, there is a common in thing is if these assignment operators is same as arithmetic operators, right? You can see plus is there, minus is there, into is there, simple division is there, modulus is there, remainder, exponential is there, flow division is there. quotient, right? Only thing which adds here is equal to sign. So equal to means we are just assigning, we are performing arithmetic operations and we are assigning it to a third party. So basically these were all regarding assignment operators. And yes, so for you guys, the homework will be what? To perform different set of arithmetic operations, different set of comparison operations, assign two values a and b, performs six different arithmetic plus minus divide into multiplication quotient remember. Then perform different comparison, equal to, not equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to, these two operators done. And the third is you have to perform comparison operator, sorry, assignment operator. So these three operators you have to do it, and total of 18 programs you have to do it. And when you have finished doing it, just share the py file in the comment section. I will edit it or not edit it, I will review it, and then I will certainly provide you the feedback regarding it. Okay. So till then, just keep enjoying your day, but at the end, don't just get driven from your goals. Goals is the most important thing. So just be focused, keep learning, and yes, if you want me to make the videos more in more clarity and more systematic way, so for that I need your support. And one more thing is every day I am taking a live session for it. So you guys are welcome, free. There will be live doubt sessions. You can ask the doubts live, and it will be interactive session, and it's totally free of cost. So you can recommend your friends as well. So till then, bye bye. Let's meet at again tomorrow at 8 p.m. I will share the Zoom meeting link below the channel, below this video as well. So every day you guys can just hop into the call and join it. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind.